Hello students, in this lecture we are going to practice some of the examples for the context free grammar constructions, as there are different types of grammar like context free grammar, regular grammar, type 0 grammar and context sensitive grammar. But in exam you will have the question construct the context free grammar, construct regular grammar, or some of the examples or limited examples of the context sensitive grammar. So we will be practicing all these questions in later series, but this session is only limited for the context free grammar. We have already covered some of the examples of context free grammar in earlier lectures. So let's see some more example for the context free grammar. So before going to the example, let's revise the type of production rule that we can have for the context free, any context free grammar, where alpha is left hand side and beta is the right hand side of any production rule, and beta is a string of terminals and non-terminal, okay, where V is the total symbols of the grammar, terminals and non-terminal, right? And alpha is a string or not a string, only a non-terminal, means we can have only one non-terminal on the left hand side of any production rules. So starting with the example here, first example is we have to construct the context free grammar for this given language where we have a raised to power n, b raised to power 2n and n is greater than equal to 1. Means we have these type of strings accepted for this grammar. Minimum string is this a double b, means we must have double number of b's followed a, okay. So here we have single a followed by double b as a minimum string that can be derived from this grammar, and the next string can be double a and 4 b's and so on. So if we have any number of a's, we have double the number of b's, right? So we have to write the production rules, but in exam you have to define all the tuples, means terminals, non-terminals, production rules and the start symbol. But here we are just writing the production rule, as terminals are well defined from the language itself, as the terminals are a and b only. Now we are going to write the production rules for this. So let's write the minimum string first. So minimum string is a double b. So minimum string is directly derivable from the start symbol as a double b as the first production rule. Next we have the second production rule for the iteration, means we can have any number of a's followed by double number of b's. So we have to put these or this pattern into the iteration. So for this we have to write the second production rule as this a, s and double b. So these two production rules are enough to derive all the string for this particular language. Next example is this, where we have a raised to power n, b raised to power n, means same number of a's followed by same number of b's. Then we have same number of same number of c's followed by same number of d's, but there is no relation within the occurrence of ab and cd. So we can have any number of ab followed by any number of cd, but we must have minimum one occurrence of a, b and cd, as we have given with the condition that a, n and m must be greater than equal to 1. So we must have at least one a, n, ab and cd, right? So the minimum string here also is a, b, c, d. So let's write the production rule directly for the minimum string, as we can derive a, b, c, d from the start symbol as a minimum string. Now we have to put this pattern into iteration. So we are dividing this complete language into two patterns as a, b and c, d. So for these two iteration we have to put different non-terminals for this iteration, and a in concatenation, a will come in concatenation with b, where a is same as the language for string a raised to power n, b raised to power n, that we have already covered in earlier lectures, and b is same for the language like c raised to power m and d raised to power n. So we have to put these two non-terminals responsible to derive this expression and this expression respectively, and again we in last we just put a and b in concatenation. So second production rule for this grammar to repeat this complete language or to put these symbols in iteration is a, and B. So from start symbol, if we have to derive the initial string, then we are using this rule, and if we have to repeat, means if the number of A's and B's are more than 1, so we can use the second production rule for the iteration of A's and B's. Further, from A we have to derive this language, and from B we have to derive this language. So writing production rule corresponding to the non-terminal A as A, B, right? So A and B, and the minimum occurrence of AB is 1, so we will be having this as a minimum requirement for this particular grammar. Same way, from B we have to derive CD, so this is the corresponding production rules for this particular language. Okay, so minimum is CD, minimum 1 occurrence of CD is required. As we are not having a null here, because we need at least 1 occurrence of AB and CD, and if we are going from start symbol to A and B, okay, from A we are deriving AB, and from B we are deriving CV to derive the minimum string. So we can also skip this production rule. We can also skip this production rule as a as this is just the ambiguous rule here. So we can also derive the minimum string by using this production rule. So I am writing the derivation for the minimum string by the application of rule number 2, and again by replacing A with the minimum string, and next time we are replacing B, or the leftmost non-terminal, with the CD. So we can derive the minimum string by using these 3 rules only. So we can neglect this rule as the minimum condition is required. So for example 3, here we have this grammar. Here we have some different type of pattern, means we have to repeat 1 pattern in outer and 1 pattern in inner section, right? So 1 pattern is repeated in inner and 1 pattern in outer section. So for such questions we have to cater the outer section first, then we move to the inner section, means we are taking the outer section as a first level, and then we are moving towards the second level where we are repeating C's and D's, right? So we require same number of A's and same number of B's in outer section or in first level, and in inner level we require same number of C's followed by same number of D's. So from outer section we will be moving towards the inner section. So as a minimum requirement is 1, so the minimum string derivable from this language is also A, C, D, B. Okay, so we can like in last example we can neglect this rule, but for the sake of simplicity I am just writing this rule for time being. Next, for iteration of outer section we are writing this production rule. A, we need A and B in the outer section, means from the left edge we require, for left edge we require A and right, and we require B. So just repeating this rule A S B, and to put these terms into iteration, we can iterate, means if A and B are more than, occurrence of A and B is more than 1, so we can iterate this rule any number of time to repeat the occurrence of A's and B, and once we are done with the outer section, means once we have received the sufficient number or required number of A's and the same number of B's, then now we need to move to the inner level, and to move to the inner level means we have to change the non-terminals. From S we need to redirect to another non-terminal to put this string in iteration, right? So for this iteration we are having this, we are moving towards next non-terminal as A. Now A is responsible for repeating this inner section. So here the production rule for A will be C, A, D, and minimum occurrence, as minimum required occurrence is 1, so we will be having C, D here. So again we can neglect this minimum rule, as we can derive the minimum string from these rules only. Okay, so we will be moving to A. we will be moving to A after receiving at least one AB. We can if we want to put AB in iteration, then we can repeat this rule, and if we are having only one occurrence of AB on left and right, then we can directly start with this rule, means second production rule, like this. So just writing the derivation from S, we are deriving if we need two occurrence of A and B. So firstly we will be applying this rule, and next time I am applying or replacing this S with second production rule as this double A and double B, right. So now this A will be responsible to repeat this inner portion C and D. So after this sentential form, the next sentential form will be this: if the n is equal to 2 and m equals to 1, so we can directly rewrite A with this fourth production rule. So the resulting string will be this, right. So in this way we can write the production rule for the given language or the given grammar. But in exam you must write complete tuples, and also you need to show the transitions or the derivations for a given input string. Okay, if the input string is not given, then you may take any example for acceptable input string and show the derivations. Next example, we have to construct the context free grammar for this given language, where we have occurrence of A is n and B is occurring m times and C is occurring k times, and k is equal to n plus m, or we can say that k is occurring m plus m times. So if we rewrite this language in some another manner, then we can find out that this particular language is very similar to the previous example, as we were having outer section of AB and inner section of CD. So this language can be rewritten in the previous example format as this: a raised to power n, b raised to power n, and c raised to power m, c raised to power n. Now this question is exactly similar to the previous question. The only difference is this: we are not using D. Instead of D, we are here we are using the same symbols as last two symbols, C's only. Okay, so writing the production rules. So as we have written in the last example, same rules will be repeated here. We are covering this outer section first, so A, S, C, and for inner section we will be moving to new non-terminal as A, right. So as we are having only C's on the right hand side, so we will be repeating C for both the rules. Now from A we have to derive string of B's, same number of B's followed by same number of C's. So here is the production rule. So these are the production rule corresponding to this particular language. You can simplify a language to understand it better, and you can start writing the production rules. So the last example is we have to write the context free grammar for this given regular expression. So as we are writing, as we have already practiced some of the example for such type, so we need to derive the fixed portion from the start symbol only, and for on the varying portion, means where we have the possibilities or the chances of multiple occurrences or iterations, so we will be assigning non-terminals for those sections or for those sub-regular expressions. So here, as for this expression, the first pattern, we can divide this regular expression into three sub-regular expression. So as this is the first sub-expression, this is another sub-expression, and this is our third sub-expression. So R1 is fixed. So while writing the production rules, we have to write the fixed portion directly, means we can derive the fixed portion directly from the start symbol. So we are writing here it as this 0 1. Now dedicate one non-terminal for second expression, and dedicate second non-terminal for the third expression as A and B. And as R2 and R3 in concatenation, so we are also adding these expression or these non-terminals into the concatenation from the start symbol. So from start symbol we are directly deriving 0 1. followed by A for this expression and followed by B for the next expression. So from A we have to derive any combination of 0, 1, and we have already practiced the example for the same, so the grammar for the same. So just writing the rules of the grammar. So here the R2 or this is the grammar for this R2 for this sub expression, R2 sub expression. Now writing the grammar for this third regular expression, that is R3, and from R3 it is very easy to write the production rule, means either we have to derive double 1 or the double 0. So just writing these rules in the option. So here the production rules are complete. The complete grammar is this. We are having 3 plus 1, 4, 5, 6, total of 6 production rules for this particular regular expression. So this is the way how we think and how we write the production rules for given language or for given regular expression. We will be having we will be coming with more expression and more examples in later lectures for the context free languages and also for the regular grammars. So till then, bye.